Okay, so just like when we were doing our derivatives and we weren't allowed to multiply derivatives together. We had a whole product rule, left d right plus right d left sort of deal. I'm not allowed with this product to take the antiderivative of each piece and multiply them. It's not a thing. We can't do it. So the best we can do is to FOIL this thing out first. It'll end up being 4t. And then when you add, that's a thing. I can take the antiderivative of each one of these. And that's okay. So adding, you can add the antiderivatives, but you cannot multiply the antiderivatives. So we FOIL that out first. And then we just evaluate this from 0 to 1. So we plug in the upper guy first. And we subtract what we get when we plug in the lower guy. And then whatever that is. So that's 1/3 minus 1, so negative 2/3. Hopefully I don't mess up the arithmetic, but calculus is the good stuff. Cool. So again, with this one, we don't know how to do anything overly complicated. We don't have a quotient rule for integrals, so we're going to need to look for some sort of simplification. And if ever I have one thing on the bottom and a bunch of things on top, I know that both of these pieces are being divided by root x. So if I split that up as the 2 root x is being divided by root x, and the 3 is being divided by root x, I've got these two simpler integrals. This one just simplifies to 2. This one I can rewrite as 3x to the negative 1/2. Negative because it's bottom 1/2 because it's the square root. And now we can easily take the antiderivatives of these. So this one, the 3 will just be multiplying. So the 3 will multiply by the antiderivative of this guy. So I'll add 1 to the power, so negative 1/2 plus 1 is 1/2. I divide by what I get, so I divide by the 1/2, same thing as multiplying by 2. So that's 2x plus 6x to the 1/2. And again, we can always check this, take the derivative of this, we should end up back there. So derivative of 2x is 2, derivative of 6x to the 1/2, multiply, you get the 3, subtract 1 from the power, you get the negative 1/2. We're looking golden. It's definite, so I have to evaluate from 4 to 9. And so just plug in the 9 and subtract what you get when you plug in the 4. So we get 18 plus 6 times 9 to the 1/2 is square root of 9, so that's just 3. 4 to the 1/2 is the square root of 4, which is 2. And then whatever this is, yeah, right now, I trust you. You can do that. Cool. Looks good.